The last passenger. The train left the station at exactly 11:48 p.m. It was the final trip of the night, carrying only a handful of passengers through heavy rain. Security cameras showed everyone boarding. They also showed something strange. One man entered the third carriage, but he was never seen leaving it. His name was Daniel Mercer, a 34-year-old accountant returning home after working late. He texted his wife, "I'll be home in 30 minutes." That message was the last sign anyone would ever receive from him. When the train reached its final station, the conductor walked through every carriage as usual. Daniel was gone. His backpack remained under the seat. His umbrella leaned against the window. Even his phone was still charging from the USB outlet beside him. Police first suspected that he had exited at one of the earlier stations, but surveillance footage from every platform showed no trace of him. Detectives checked every camera frame by frame. Nothing. The case quickly became national news. Investigators searched the railway tracks for weeks. Divers examined nearby rivers. Volunteers combed forests surrounding the rail line. No body, no evidence, and no explanation were found. The only unusual clue came from another passenger. An elderly woman remembered hearing two men quietly arguing somewhere behind her. She couldn't understand the words, but she distinctly remembered the argument stopping the moment the train entered a long tunnel. Police reviewed the train's security cameras. Unfortunately, the camera covering the third carriage stopped recording exactly 23 seconds before the train entered that tunnel. When it resumed, Daniel's seat was empty. Experts initially believed it was a random technical malfunction. However, forensic analysts later discovered that the camera cable had been deliberately cut days earlier and temporarily reconnected just enough to appear functional. Someone had planned this. Attention shifted toward the maintenance crew. Dozens of employees were interviewed, but nothing suspicious appeared until detectives found that one technician had swapped shifts at the last minute. His explanation sounded reasonable, yet his phone records revealed he had been communicating with an unknown prepaid number for nearly 3 months. The prepaid phone had never been registered. Investigators traced its movements using nearby cell towers. Surprisingly, it appeared near the railway depot several nights before Daniel disappeared, and then vanished forever after the incident. Months passed with no arrests. The breakthrough came from an unexpected place. A forensic specialist re-examined Daniel's backpack before it was placed into long-term evidence storage. Hidden inside one of the seams was a tiny metal shaving covered with industrial lubricant. The lubricant matched only one machine used at the railway depot: a hydraulic maintenance lift that serviced trains overnight. Police searched the maintenance building again. This time, investigators noticed fresh concrete beneath an unused inspection platform. Construction records showed no repairs had ever been scheduled there. Ground-penetrating radar detected a hollow space underneath. When workers carefully removed the concrete, they discovered a narrow maintenance chamber that had been sealed years earlier. Inside were Daniel's watch, fragments of his jacket, and enough forensic evidence to reconstruct what had happened. Detectives concluded that Daniel had accidentally witnessed a group stealing expensive electronic equipment from the railway depot during an unscheduled stop inside the tunnel. Afraid he could identify them, the thieves confronted him and forced him into the hidden maintenance area connected to the tracks. The chamber was then sealed in an attempt to erase all evidence. The suspects had long since fled the country, but international investigators eventually located two members of the group years later. One confessed after being confronted with the forensic evidence hidden beneath the concrete. The case, once called the Impossible Train Mystery, became a reminder that even the smallest overlooked clue can change an investigation. A single metal shaving, smaller than a fingernail, revealed the truth that hundreds of officers had searched for over 3 years. Sometimes, mysteries are not solved by dramatic confessions or lucky guesses. Sometimes they are solved because one investigator refuses to ignore something everyone else believed was too small to matter.